Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back again this weekend with some more Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Oh, wow. Well, as you can see from Debbie's spellbook here, I have been shopping. Our money is greatly reduced, although we still have quite a bit, but you can see we've filled in a lot of the holes here. We have some of the, really, the most powerful spells in the game. We are getting there. There's not a whole lot of empty spaces yet to fill in, and we'll do that, of course, as we continue onward. We now have Incinerate, of course, as Debbie's quick spell. Even though she was a water master first, water magic is not nearly as good inside as it is outside, other than Ice Bolt. So, Incinerate costs more than Acid Burst. We're going to be using that for her most of the time. When she gets a few more ranks in Dark Magic, we might start using Toxic Cloud, or one of the best, if not the best, single attack spell in the game, Dragon Breath. And Dragon Breath is basically a super version of Fireball. Deals massive damage, but of course you'll see too, it also costs 100 SP. So she's not going to be casting that, like, all the time. And right now, I am just putting on a few of our buffing spells, because we're getting ready to depart for a new dungeon. Since Zoltan now has all of the spells in the Mind Magic category, there's no sense in not using them. So you'll see here, we have Cure Insanity, we've got Psychic Shock, Feeble Mind, Charm. Meditation and Precision are two of the buffs we haven't really been using a lot, but now that he's a Master of Mind Magic, this spell affects the entire party. And so it gives an enormous boost to accuracy, which we are going to really put to work for us. And let's see, we've got one more. There we go. So now we have Lucky Day, Meditation, Precision, Speed, Power. That looks pretty good. I guess Protection from Poison couldn't hurt. Okay. So, now, with our preparations out of the way, we've been working on side quests, of course, because there's not a whole lot of content left outside of the main storyline. We have really knocked out most of the quests in the game, almost all of them, and we just have a few left. And so there's one in particular that I kind of want to save for last before we go after the Oracle's memory modules, or memory crystals, which means that today, my goal is that I want to explore a couple of dungeons in Kriegspire that we have put off. Debbie's going to take us there right now. And hopefully a peasant doesn't pop out. There we go. Like in Castle Iron Fist. Alright. Now again, there's still like a third of the map here that we haven't really explored because there's just not been a lot of reason to go that way. So today, that is in fact where we are heading, is over here into the dark. We came up here a little bit in order to find the obelisk and to find the pedestal for Twillin's quest. But today, this is our destination. Oh, we're on the roof. I'm not going to bother with these guys too much because there's going to be plenty in here. This is our next stop, Agar's Laboratory. Now, if you are already a fan of the Might and Magic series, you may recognize Agar's name. Agar's laboratory is named after a character who does show up canonically in Enroth. I cannot remember if he was in Heroes of Might and Magic 1. He might have been, but he was certainly a warlock hero in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And he is a bad guy. He fought on Archibald's side in the Succession Wars. And he was assigned to Kriegspire, and in fact he was the one who was entrusted with the memory module by Archibald, which kind of tells you, even though we've not directly talked a lot about the Succession Wars, it tells you kind of how high up in the echelons of the villain side that he was. He was one of Archibald's main lieutenants. Why, you might ask? It's because he is a very good warlock. He is very skilled at what he does, and in fact those Minotaurs that we saw outside, well, those are not a naturally occurring race, because Agar's specialty, and one of the many things that was done at Castle Creekspire, was the creation of artificial life forms through magic. So yes, Agar likes to play God. That is his hobby and his profession, and he created the Minotaurs, among other things, some of which we are going to encounter in here. So this laboratory is the birthplace for countless horrid experiments. Its remote location was chosen for both safety and secrecy.
Where are we?
Well, Tommy, we're in hell. Okay. So, first things first. Now, we've flown past these creatures right here a couple of times. You may have seen them particularly in eel-infested waters when we went to Castle Alamos to get, like, the Master of the Light Magic skill, and to visit for a couple of other reasons. And these are Agar's monster. And you can see that they are just a genetic mess. Part vulture, part dragon, maybe, or bat, or perhaps even part demon, and part this, part that, part a bunch of things. And let me tell you, they're greater than some of their parts. And so here is, there we go, Agar's pet. That is the base level monster. Agar's monster, of course, is the second tier, and then the third tier of this palette swap, Agar's abomination. Well, let's just go ahead and start how we know how to. Now, it went down fairly easily. Of course, that was a good strong fireball too. 32 points. There you go. So they've got about 55 hit points, something like that, maybe. But they shoot mind blasts, and that's what we don't like. Now, these creatures are not a huge threat. They hit a lot harder than they can endure, basically. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. So that means we want them to go down fast, and thankfully, for the most part, they're going to. As you can see, we're kind of mowing them down. But if we leave them alive, they're going to hit us really hard. And we don't want that. I'm pretty sure that in addition to their psychic blasts, their melee attacks can also, I think, inflict either poison or disease. I may be mistaken about that, but I think that that's correct. Alright, so we have a left door and a right door. Now here, this wall protects the area where we actually need to go. There are two switches in this dungeon that we need to pull. Two things we need to do, one on either side. Once we've pulled both of those, this wall will come down and we can proceed further into the laboratory. So, left or right? Does anybody have a preference? Because there's going to be something horrible no matter which direction we choose. It's going to be bad. So, left is traditional. Alright, I'm going to... dare I? No, I can't do it. I have to go left. We've gone left first so many times. I feel like I would be betraying y'all if I went right first. Okay, now, the first thing you'll see here, there's a couple of little enemy dots. But where are they, you may ask? Well, you'll also see that white line kind of to the side here. And that's because we know that there is a structure. There's the switch. And it's going to open a pit. And then up out of that pit are going to come some new friends. Yes, indeed, these are some more of Agar's creations. A terrible eye, a maddening eye, and I think the least version of these is just called an evil eye. They're pretty horrifying. I don't like them. Thankfully, they're not immune to fire. And there you go, you can see that was a pretty good hit. But see, each of them, those are immune to fire, actually. See, the problem with these is that in addition to hitting hard and being fairly strong enemies, each of these eyes has a different set of resistances, immunities, and weaknesses. So like the Maddening Eyes took damage from the fireball. The Terrible Eyes did not. Notice that the Maddening Eye also did not take any damage from physical attacks, whereas the Terrible Eye does. So we have to remember that and juggle this knowledge around between our different targets. Now let's see, the Terrible Eye, let's try, let's see, what is his, he's missing the one air spell that I really want him to have, so we haven't switched his quick spell yet. Which means that I think that his quick spell is actually still, is it Cure Wounds? No, it's still Lightning Bolt, okay. So we'll stick with that for now. There we go. So lightning works on the Terrible Eyes. Well, let's try this then. Because this, it says, Dragon Breath empowers the caster to exhale a cloud of toxic vapors that target a single monster and damage all creatures nearby. This spell is the most powerful damage spell in the lands, doing 1 to 25 points of damage per point of skill in dark magic. And now, we'll remember here, Debbie now has 10 ranks in dark magic, plus Theresa is helping her, and Theresa, of course, oops, there we go, 4-point bonus to all spell skills for all characters, so she actually has 14, and then that stacks with Guinevere, gives her 50% of this, so she's got actually 19 ranks total. That's quite a bit of damage, and she can do this 4 times right now. So it is going to be very taxing, but I think that it's worth it to see if it helps. Not to mention, this is a really cool spell, and we haven't gotten to cast it yet because I just bought this spell between last session and this one, so this is the first time that you guys are going to get to see this. Dragon Breath. 276 points. Well, that helped. I think. That was worth it. Dang, kids. Oh, gosh. That is... my least favorite part of the Evil Eyes. Dispel magic. Yeah. Oh, how I hate them. Because, see, that took off... that hit everybody but Zoltan, so all of the spells that they had cast, everything that I just spent, all of those buffs I just spent all that time putting on, there they went. So it is also very much worth your time to kill these very quickly. Okay, Maddening Eyes are immune to electricity. Well, that makes sense. There goes another one. And the Maddening Eyes can cause insanity. That's why they're called Maddening Eyes. Now, the Terrible Eyes, I believe, cause fear, if I remember correctly. Well, I think that another Dragon's Breath is in order. Because screw these things. God, I hate them. And we've talked a couple of times about how certain dungeons towards the end of the game are a real slog. They're not pleasant to play through. Real pain. Nobody looks forward to them. This is one of the reasons why. It's because when we go after one of the Oracle's memory crystals, we're going to have to contend with these things. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start. Move fear. Goodness gracious. Oh, he actually damaged it. And let's see. We want to dispose of this thing quickly, so how about we try another spell that we haven't gotten to cast yet. Toxic Cloud. Toxic Cloud is a single target spell that still does enormous damage based on your dark skill. And it lasts until something runs into it, or until it, after a certain amount of time passes. So what this means is that if you cast this spell and miss a target, it will like hit surfaces and it will bounce around until it does hit something and explode. There we go, 141 points. Nice. Let's cure some insanity here. We got to get that look off of Tommy's face. And he can cure his own weakness. There we go. And worst of all, see? Yeah, these things are kind of like bats or ghosts. They don't carry treasure because where would they put it? So sometimes they will drop rings or amulets like that, accessories. But they don't drop any cash. So for all of the work that you put into killing them, yeah, you don't really get a whole lot back. Oh, hate those things. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set a working Lloyd's beacon here in that slot. That way if we need to leave here and come back, we can. Man, some of these spells... This is up so you can see the edge of it. This is going to be basically the same gimmick. Which is why, I really hate to invest a lot of time in this. All of these buffs and things, because I just know that they are going to, they're going to hit us. Oh, I think he already cast that. Speed is the one that we need. But I just know they're going to hit us and dispel all of these, but... Let's see. Actually, I think that'll do, actually, because things like stone skin aren't going to help us against the eyes, so... Oh, there we go. There are the little ones. Flying eyes, that's what they're called. So, the flying eye, the terrible eye, and the maddening eye. And at least only the maddening eye can cause insanity. Like I said, the terrible eye causes fear. Now, I don't remember which of them can dispel magic. It might only be the maddening eye, and the reason why we got hit so hard with it was because there were so many of them. But we know what to do this time, right? There we go, that helps. I hate the sound that they make, too. He's not great at dark magic, but he's decent at light magic, at least. And so we've got a couple more spells that we have not tried. It's funny that he has Paralyze and doesn't have Divine Intervention. She, of course, we gave her Divine Intervention, and she doesn't have Paralyze. So, but that's not important right now. What we're going to do is we're going to use Prismatic Light. Oh, wow, that didn't do anything. Are they immune to that spell? Or are they just immune to light magic? That's terrifying. Don't care for that. There we go. That was a trick shot. I meant to do that. Rock Blast, I don't think we've cast that before. It hits kind of like Fireball, except that you can't really aim it. The rock just shoots out. So you have to kind of guess where it's going to go, and it's a skill to sort of move back and forth and aim it so that it hits someone. Let's see if I can do a little better this time. There we go. Oh, oof. Okay, well, let's take care of Mom there. Has she got enough for one more? She's got exactly enough for one more. I think if I put it right here, it won't hit us. Whew, there we go. Oh, she's tapped, but that's worth it. That's worth it. Because these things... I do like when they break apart that their eyeball is just kind of sitting in there, kind of like an object or an item. And there we go, see? Now when we touch this... Oop, I guess it's just when you stand on it. I thought that you had to touch the switch. It's all right. We're gonna go back up. Oh no! Let me back up. Let me back up. Oh no! There's stuff I want to do up there. Okay, well.
That was too easy.
There we go. We'll take a few of these out first. Whew. At least down here it's mostly these things. Tommy can handle it, surely. There we go. He's not as good as Debbie, but... nobody is, right? Oh, really? 2 points. See if I can get a couple more of them around the corner there.
Got another one.
There we go, that's helpful. That's alright, we'll just do this. We'll refill everyone's spell points and come back. Yeah, maybe I need to jump. Cast the jump spell and get back up there.
Luck be with you.
We'll recall back. There we go. And let's see. I want to make sure that we identify these two in case there's something useful.
Very nice.
Luck 11.
Oh.
Hit points 18. Oh, that's that Ring of Earth. Fire resistance 15. Not bad. And a switch. There we go. See. Whew. I'm assuming that these creatures are something he worked on in between the story of Heroes 2 and Might and Magic 6, which is the direct sequel to Heroes 2. Because they do not show up as like units in any of the castles in Heroes 2. Whereas Minotaurs, of course, are one of the main staples. They're a recruitable unit for the Warlock Castle specifically in Heroes of Might and Magic 2, and of the Warlock Castle in general. This isn't a very big dungeon, but it's dangerous because of the high-level enemies in it. Oh, there we go, some more eyes. Well, let's dispense with that. We'll just stick with Lightning Bolt. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Now, what's in this room, you may ask? A door. Some statuary. A frieze. Oh, goodness. This place always makes me tense just because of the eyes. Whew. That's an ice bolt trap, or ice blast trap. We've not really cast that a lot. Oh. Yep, when you approach this side of the room, of course, that wall comes down automatically. Alright, well, let's see. These guys were immune to fire? No, I don't think they were. Let's test. Okay, no, it's not fire, then. Luckily, ta-da, she has also got a heck of a spellbook upgrade, so she can cure her own insanity. She's not using her spell points for anything else right now. He can get his other mom. And let's see, Tommy can cure their weakness. Now Debbie is going to use her new quick spell. Boom. Incinerate. Which is basically just a fancy upgraded firebolt. Did he get... Okay, yeah, Cure Insanity is like one of the only mind spells I wasn't able to find a copy of for him. But... there we go. Okay. There we go, that's a little better. Whew. See, it's just the status effects alone. Because every turn... Ah, see, there we go. I hate fighting these things so much, you guys. They're not fun. We'll get through it, though. Okay. There's one. There's two more. Fighting them honestly just becomes like, it is harrowing, it is dangerous, but it's like a tedious kind of dangerous because of this. Because of constantly having to stop and, you know, take care of the status effects. Fighting them just isn't pleasant. There's another one. Come on, Debbie. Big hit. Oh, that was the one that's less wounded anyway. My god, see? Every time. Look at that. It's a good thing they've got buku spell points now. You stop that. I'm gonna have to make Cure Insanity their quick spell. Shoo!
Got it.
And there's not even anything in there. Isn't that great? Isn't that your favorite thing? See, and look at this. Now we are decent on hit points. We're pretty good on hit points. But spell points, we're starting to take a big hit. Mostly because of she's just got to use dark magic to deal with these things. There we go, just in case. Phew. Oh! Oh, God, Tommy. Well, so, more of the eyes, of course. And we also have a special guest appearance by the man himself. So, that is not what his character portrait looks like in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. So, sometime between then and now, he has undergone the ritual of Endless Night and become a lich. goodness gracious. She's got 1 dragon's breath in her. Hey, got 1 of them anyway. Took a big chunk out of Agar too. Because see, yeah, he's immune to physical damage. Shoo! I'm just gonna go back and take care of this. This is why it is important to have lots and lots of spell points. I wish there was something that made some of those really powerful dark spells cheaper. And unfortunately, there's just not. We might as well go back this way. And this time, honestly, I'm just going to save her spell points. They're going to hit us with Dispel Magic anyway. That's really frustrating, because it means that, like, there's just no sense in... Oh, well, he's just going to walk right up to us. Okay. There's just no sense in putting all of those buffs on if they're going to dispel them anyway. It's a waste of time. It's not fun for you to watch. So we're just going to incinerate Agar. Oh, he's not immune to physical. Good. There. Bam. But he doesn't drop any treasure. Great. Oh gosh, same. But at least that way, all they dispelled was torchlight. So, all right. Well, let's play hardball with these guys then. If they want to play hard, we can play hard, right? There. Bam. Let's do, however, put on Wizard Eye before we go forward. Yeah, see, I thought that there might be 1 or 2 left. Flying Eye and a Maddening Eye. I think we can... Yeah, we can just take these guys out normally, I think. See if I can hit this one. Oh, there are a couple. I see. They don't want to come down and play, I guess. Alright, well, I wouldn't want to come down and play with us either, because we can do this! But that's alright, because since we can do that, it also means that we don't have to worry about them coming to us. We've got a full party of spellcasters, you guys. Does body magic work on them? Not that. Oh, that's right, lightning. Ah. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Okay, that was pretty funny, Zoltan. There we go. Goodness gracious. What a pain in everyone's ass. To be careful, because if I click that cauldron... We have drunk from cauldrons before, but not Agar's cauldron. That one just kills you. And this labeled cauldron, this skull pile here, does the same thing, so... She has 8 spell points left. Well, that's enough for a torchlight. Careful, Lucy. Shoo! Alright. Good haul, though. Leather boots.
Very nice.
Power staff of acid. That might be better than Tommy's. We'll see.
Ah.
Amulet.
Aha. Ho. Ho.
Not bad.
Very nice. Aha.
Nice. She can enchant that. Carefully. Carefully, Lucy.
Got it.
Alright.
Very nice.
Ancient amulet.
Very nice. Very nice. Aha.
And a page from Agar's journal.
Very nice.
Oh, also that ring. Let's see. 4 to 10 electrical damage, flat 12 poison damage. We'll think about that. Damn! It appears that I left the memory crystal in Kriegspire when we fled from my minotaurs. Never crossable with anything! I should have known the emotional instability of humans and the bad temper of bulls would have resulted in a complete disaster. I'll have to make a trip to the castle to get the crystal, but first I'll need some creatures to help me get past the minotaurs. Perhaps if I were to create some sort of flying magical eye. I love that that's immediately the conclusion he jumps to, like his best and most reasonable possible solution was instantly to create a giant flying magical eye. That's the only thing that could possibly help him get past the minotaurs. This just leads outside. So we'll come back to the laboratory one more time because we do have one more hallway to go back down. Like I said, it's not a very long dungeon.
Can we assist you?
It's just an incredibly annoying dungeon. Now, because there may or may not still be some flying eyes down there, like I can't remember exactly what's down that other hallway. So we won't buff. Okay, good. It's just these guys. Agar's chickens. Shoo. And there's still something here. Wonder what it could be. You know, honestly, I hate these things enough. That if they're not going to be immune to physical damage anyway. I think I might just do this. Well, there goes one. Can we get the other one? I think it might be one of the smaller ones, which means its model is actually not big enough to clip through the platform. But that's fine, because that also means that's the least threatening kind to deal with, right? Ah, I see. I was a fool. Well, at least we know what to do, and this is all that's left in the dungeon, so...
Okay.
Damn it. There's no reason not to just spam that spell. At least 2 good shots will take them out, which is nice. And it's so helpful to have all of these different spells available now, to have everybody capable of casting all of this stuff. Alright.
Very nice.
Not a bad haul. Alright. So there we go, y'all. That was Agar's laboratory. Or laboratory, as you like. Let's go ahead and put some of these buffs back on. see, what else do we need? Speed. Oh, actually, do you want to go this way? Wizard Eye, of course. Stone Skin. Meditation. There we go. And actually, now we can probably just do this. See, Day of Protection gives you Wizard Eye and all of the protections plus Featherfall at your skill in Dark Magic. And with her bonuses, this skill in Dark Magic is now higher than like Tommy's skill in Earth Magic and even her own skill in Fire and Water. Well, actually, I guess it's actually her skill in Fire and Water is a little bit better because she has 12 ranks in each of those, and then she's got Theresa and she's wearing Morgan. But still, there we go. So, you know, for one easy casting. Now, she doesn't have nearly as much ranks in, or nearly as many ranks in light magic, so it is still useful to have other people who are better at the spells to cast things like Lucky Day, Bless, Stone Skin, and so forth. But there is a light equivalent to Day of Protection called Hour of Power, which we now have. Right here. Haste, Heroism, Shield, Stone Skin, and Bless. And then we also have Day of the Gods, which you might remember. We actually got this from a pedestal that you could click on back in New World Computing in the Easter Egg Dungeon. I think it was in John Van Cannigam's office, which is almost necessary to survive getting back out and managing to teleport home from Dragon Sand. Power, Meditation, Speed, Lucky Day, Precision, and Guardian Angel. So, now of course we have all of those on except for Guardian Angel right now. And as far as Hour of Power goes, likewise, we already have Heroism, we have Stone Skin, we don't need Shield right now, we've got Bless, and I actually don't want Haste on. The reason why I've never cast this spell really, it's because, you'll see here, it lasts for 1 hour plus 3 minutes per skill point. So for her, if she's got 16, that's going to be 1 hour and 48 minutes, right? Well, but characters are weak for 6 hours after the spell wears off. So that means that if you lose track and you forget, like, this does drastically reduce recovery time, which is a great thing. That's a great buff. But a lot of times I just don't mess with it because sometimes I forget about it, and other times I just don't want to deal with the hassle because when it wears off on the whole party, it's going to wear off all at once, and then you have to have a round of Cure Weakness, right? So, okay, so there we go. Let's get our last buff on. We can't cast that indoors anyway. Okay. Good work. Now, our last destination here in Kriegspire, not counting the castle itself. Oh, see, those are drakes, not true dragons, which is fine. We don't want to tangle with a true dragon. If we can avoid it. Not right now, anyway. But we are looking for some drakes and dragons. Let's see, that's the edge of the map, so we need to go this way. You remember that we had to go back around and tweak the dragon towers, of course, for Eric, Lord von Stromgard. That was not his council quest. That was his promotion quest. Well, right here, we're gonna see why. Ta-da! Remember that note that we found? Talking about, it was a letter from the Dragon Riders. And let's see, I think that we still have it. I'll pull it up. This is where they're at. These caves house a strange alliance between human warriors and dragons. The dragon towers were built in the towns to ward off these raiders.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
Well, congratulations, you have common sense. First things first, new dungeon. Let's see. Here we go. See? Good work on completing the first part of the plan. With this keep, you'll be able to prevent any interference from the south. Use the Dragon Tower keys to shut off the Dragon Towers, and we'll be able to raid the towns again. You will be well rewarded for the fine work you have done. Come to our caves to the northwest when you are finished to collect your payment. Now that letter we found in Icewind Keep. So now we're going to meet the people that it's actually from. First, because Debbie really wore out her spell points again with those dragon breaths, they do drain her very quickly, even with the many spell points that she has. But if it's that cheap, there's no reason not to take advantage of this. Okay. Here we go. Now this is also not a huge dungeon, but it's kind of a sprawling dungeon. So, going from left to right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different long cave arms. Which one would you guys like to go down first, y'all? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm sure that they all lead to someplace equally terrible and terrifying. Three it is. Oh, 1. Okay, well, let's see. I'll flip a coin for it. Let's see. We'll say heads is 3, tails is 1. Oh, good. Because it was heads, so. Alright, 3. Well, let's see what horrible things lie in store for us here. At least we've got all of our protection spells on. I do like that there's some dimension to this dungeon, like the tunnels actually do slope up and down. We've not seen that in a while just because, you know, we've been in a lot of castles and things like that, so. Alright, well, now we've flown over these before in Dragon Sand and some other places. I mentioned before that these are worms, you know, they're like land-bound dragons. These are basically the same as dragons, but with no wings. So again, not true dragons, but dragon-kin. So this is just the regular worm, I guess, the worm. This is a giant worm, or worm, and this is a great worm. A very great worm. It's an excellent year. It's 1998 was a fine, fine crop of worms. Now, each of these, much like a dragon, has a different elemental resistance and attack. If I remember correctly, they're color-coded. The green ones are going to spew poison at us. The blue ones are going to shoot either acid or ice because it's water-coated, and the red ones breathe fire. I think we'll be okay. So let's just start and see exactly like how much damage we're going to be doing to these guys. 31 points. They did not like that. They got mad about it. So there you go. 31. So that looks like they've got maybe 200 hit points. And of course, those guys have significantly more. So yeah. Yeah. Might be time for her to equip that sword. We'll worry about that when they get over here to us. Oh, yep, there's poison. So. We're going to put him on AoE duty as well, just because every little bit helps. They're not taking an enormous amount of damage, but it is working. Oof. See, and they hit reasonably hard, keeping in mind that we've all got about, you know, 300 or 400 hit points now. Zoltan has the fewest hit points with only 292. He has not broken 300 because if I'm... Yeah, that's right. He's the only one that doesn't have Bodybuilding Master. We didn't get that for him last time because he didn't meet the requirements. Phew. Alright. That one's repositioning. Yeah, he didn't like that. Okay, see, and you can tell that they are dragonkin because of the way that they die, where they just flop over and disintegrate into a scorched skeleton, which I still think is a very neat death animation. Oh, and look at this. Our friends, the not at all copyright infringing kitchen appliances. Now you see why we keep flying over dragon sand. It's because fighting these things is a giant pain in the ass. Boom. There. That's a little better, right? Yeah, this cave, this is something else. So, but that's alright. We'll get through it. Come on, guys. You've got precision and bless on now. You have to hit things. You have to. I don't care if this monster's twice your level. You got to hit it. See, and actually, because of our protection spells and because of her skill with dark magic, we've got enormous resistance to all of these different energy types, right? I mean, look at that. Lucy's got over 100 fire and electricity resistance, which is not, I should stress, that's not a percentile resistance, because then 100 would mean immunity. But we don't have physical resistance, we just have stone skin. So, like the Cuisinarts and their ilk are going to actually probably be the hardest things in the cave, simply because these things have lots of hit points, but we've got lots of resistance to the damage types that they're dealing, and just have less of these. Without these spells on, those things would eat us alive. Also, if they're going to be dumb and go over there and stand, like, where their breath attacks hit the wall instead of us, like, I'm not going to complain. Oh my gosh, could you please die? I ask for so little in life, just for my enemies to die. This Cuisinart's going to keep us from killing the dragons. He walked up the wall and... well, alright then. I think we're due for another shared life. Oh my gosh. Lucy, finish him off. There we go. Found some golden plate armor, though.
Very nice.
I definitely don't mind that they drop that, for sure. Let's see if I put that there and give that to Tommy and put that there. Oh, I forgot. I don't have to worry about that anymore because, ta-da, they're all master level merchants. It doesn't matter who carries what. Yay! Because we're smart and make good decisions. Oh, I say as we run into a cave full of these. Okay, well. Yeah, that helped. Ooh, let's see if I can get another one off. And please don't let this clip that worm's hitbox. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. These things are quite large, too, so like their presence can be deceptive. It's hard to tell exactly how close they are to you. Dang it. This is the only other place in the game where I know of for certain, off the top of my head, where these enemies spawn, the Doom Knights, Death Knights, and Cuisinarts. There we go. They populate the Warlock's Fortress, or Warlord's Fortress, sorry, and then they show up here in the Cave of the Dragon Riders, because they are the Dragon Riders, I guess. And then I don't think that you see them ever again. Goodness gracious. But fighting them, of course, remains just the same as fighting them in the Warlord's Fortress. We have better tools now that we have things like Incinerate, perhaps. But of course they still hit hard and they go down hard. We have Zoltan mostly on healing and remove fear duty. Oh, you've got to do better than that. Because, of course, Lucy can remove fear as well, as we've seen, but I would rather have her hitting these guys. Goodness gracious. Come on. You know what, Tommy? Physician, heal thyself. There we go. Now you can kind of see how big they are. They're not as big as the Titans, but... that's what I hate about these things. They're that hard to kill, but then when they get to low health, they start to reposition, run away from you. And they keep attacking because they have spells. They have ranged attacks. There we go. Gosh, now we can deal with these dragons. It's pretty bad when, like, you spend the whole game avoiding dragons because they're powerful enemies. And then, you know, you fight some dragons, and it's like, gosh, these knights...
Very nice.
Man, they're gonna kill us before the dragons do. Let's see. Let's see if I can lure one over here. Boom. Almost 200 damage. So there you go. They've got about 600 hit points. Tommy. But this really drives home the point that, you know, between, like, Agar's horrible laboratory, where he was creating things like the maddening eyes and the flying eyes, and he made the minotaurs, you know, with his terrible experiments. And then here we have these guys, these dead knights, or undead knights, these animated suits of armor, that are riding these things, that are riding flame drakes and dragons and so forth. I mean, and they have an evil plot to destroy the towns of Enroth. So, you know, we're talking not just one, but two full-blown supervillains. It's no wonder that these guys were on Archibald's side, and that he liked them so much. Shoo! There we go. I get to see that death animation up close. It really is quite good. I am a fan. Let's have another one of those. I think that there's like 5 rooms total, maybe, in here. And they're all pretty much this. Here we go. Let's get up close and personal. There we go. That's a little bit better on damage. Let's slay some dragons, y'all. I don't want you, I want the other one. Come on. Right, well, if we're going to rush these things... There we go, we're going to switch swords. Ah, stop getting in front of each other. There we go. Now, because these things are dragons, they will also... Oh, see, there's the double. Sometimes they drop really good treasure, and they will often also drop double treasure. Stand still so I can hit you. Oh no, now you can hit me. Shoo! Gosh, oh, okay. Well, let's give it to somebody who does. Is there anything else that's unidentified? Nope, got it all. There we go. So, what did we pick up?
Aha!
Warlord belts, we can enchant that.
Aha!
Some dragon leather that can be enchanted.
Ah,
An ornate trident, very good.
very nice.
Book of Town Portal, okay. Well, that would have been nice to find for free before both of them learned it, but I'm not mad. I mean, treasure is treasure. Chainmail. There we go, longsword. You will also notice that they very consistently drop treasure as well. Oh, it's the first time we've seen that. It's just a barrel that had treasure in it.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Very nice.
Poison. Cool.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Aha!
Nice, nice, nice. Can enchant those. In fact, I will go ahead and do that while we're waiting. Ta-da! Oh, cash, cash. It's my money. I want it now.
Very nice.
Speed. I think everybody knows that can learn it.
Ho!
Shrapmetal, he might not have that.
Ho!
That is a dark spell.
Ah. Ah. Aha! Ah.
Let's see. Does he already... Okay, he already knows it. I thought he did. Thought that was one of the ones we got. And does she know speed? Yep. Okay, so everyone's got both of those spells that can learn them. Ooh, that's what I like to see. Just giant piles of money. Essence of Speed. Plus 15 speed, minus 5 personality. We might give that to somebody. Shoo-wee. Okay, well, we know the drill. We're going to head back over here. We're going to check and make sure. Okay. Looks like our spells are pretty good. Might go ahead and recast Blessed Stone Skin and Heroism just so that I'm not paranoid about them running out.
Can we assist you? I'll be with you.
We'll recall back. Okay, so we did 3. Let's do number 1 next then. Oh, we've already made like 30,000 gold in this video. Nice! Gosh, I wish it was that easy in real life, am I right? Oh, God. Oh, I hate this already. Okay, well, let's just hit hard. And by that I mean Debbie will hit hard. You know what? I guess let's go ahead and cast Haste. Those recovery times are killing me. On the Incinerate and the Dragon's Breath. She's skipping turns and stuff. Oh, I don't like this. I do not like this, Sam I am. There we go. To try and stick to melee attacks as much as we can. Where spells are not necessarily effective, that is. Good shot, Debbie. Look at that. There's a whole room of just Cuisinarts. Oh, God. Guys, this is the worst thing that we've faced so far, I think. Oh, my. Wish there was a dark magic version of friggin' Inferno or like Ring of Fire. That would be sweet. That would be super sweet. Do you... No, you haven't learned it yet. Drat. Nice. Get these small ones first because I know that we can take them down easier. Now that their spell books are so much fuller, and we're fighting these higher level enemies, you know, at the level that we are, honestly, phew, it's just it's becoming a lot more active, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, that's not a complaint, just an observation. Oh man, I don't like this. I don't like it, you guys. Boom. Ah, gross. Fear effects are gross. Yeah, that's better than nothing, I guess, and that way he's hitting all of them. The saving grace is that because of the shape of the tunnel and the way these models are stacked, they are kind of stepping on each other, and not all of them can get through. Not to mention, too, when they move around, sometimes if they slip, you'll see them slide down, kind of like the goblins way back at the very beginning of the game in those tunnels under Goblin Watch. So... Phew. Goodness gracious. Come on, Debbie. Pump out that fire magic. There goes one. Good, good, good. See, you can see them getting in one another's way, which is awesome for us. Even though he's not great at fire magic, I wish he had Inferno as well. Man, I just don't understand that. It must be because we neglected their weapon skills so badly or something. This is our punishment. Because we have precision and bless both on, and we still can't hit shit, you guys. I know they're high-level enemies, but also damn. Phew-wee. There's just a lot to these guys, and a lot of them, which I also dislike. There went one. I don't see which one it was, but she got it. Well, I'd rather they shoot spells at us than hit us, that's for sure. So if that one wants to run away, that is fine. Let's see, what's the next most damaged one? We'll get this guy. Phew. I hate to retreat and come back, but we may have to. But at least we've narrowed it down, you know, so every time that we kill some and come back, even if these others regenerate to full health, that still means that there are fewer to deal with, which means that the threat is reduced each time. So... Whew-wee. I'm glad that we have all these big powerful spells and upgrades, otherwise we would be hurting a lot worse than we already are. Well, that's the last one of those for a while, so now Now we're really into it. Debbie's whittled them all down as much as she can. It's up to the rest of you guys now. Oh, gracious. I hope this is fun to watch because, damn. Oh, there's one way back there in the back. I want him to die so bad. I wish there was a shared life for spell points, you know? Oh, good, we got one more Inferno. Did we get that? Oh, wow, okay. I was hoping that would finish him off, but no such luck. Gotta watch that I don't misclick. Yeah, we've been here, right? Okay, gosh. Wow. Lucy's gonna have to power cure. That did nothing. Oh man. Okay, well, I hate to do it, but without Debbie's magic to back us up, I think we're gonna have to pull out. Let's just hope that they don't completely regenerate, because we're not spending a whole lot of time. We're pretty much instantly going and coming back.
Luck be with you.
So, let's hope that they're still damaged. That would be great. If they are regenerated, some monsters are like that. Yeah, see, when you leave the dungeon, they all come back. Let's try a little different strategy while there's still some distance between us and them. We'll do what we can with the distance we've got before they close with us. I'm gonna try this. Okay, good. We should be good for one more Dragon Breath. It does have a slightly bigger radius, I think, in my experience, than Fireball, but good. Okay. Whew. All right. That did more than all of those Infernos and things to soften them up, which, I mean, we knew it would. It just costs so much that it's hard to, you know, to look at that and say, oh, wow, we've got 525 spell points. I would never have thought back at level 1, and then you can spend it in five casts. That haste spell's making a big difference, though, and that I do like. Alright, well, back to Inferno. Don't let that guy get away. Oh, we got a Death Knight, that's good. Little guy was trapped amongst the Cuisinarts. Don't be afraid, Tommy. Lucy and Debbie are here. There we go. Okay. That's a lot better. Now there's only, what, 4 of these guys and a Doom Knight? Soon to be fewer than that. Oh, good. Okay. Thought when they shuffled, the wounded one went to the back. Thankfully not. Oh, okay. I like how this is going. But again, you know, there are a lot fewer of them, so... Like I said, every time that even if we have to pull out, every time we leave and come back, we're still winning, right? My god, guys, come on, hit. There we go, that's more like it. Go. Okay, this guy's next. Since this guy has so many fewer hit points. I feel like we could take him down first. But see, it's still a slog to kill even one of them. It's so bad. Whew-wee. Rest in peace, Carl Sonheimer. Is this what you wanted your legacy to become? Is this the gift you left for the world? But yeah, see, I feel like it's obvious how much more clicking I'm doing. Back and forth between pages in the spell book and just everything else. Okay, these are about the same, so we'll just pick one. And incinerate him. I hate how big of a gamble that is, because with Incinerate, see, it's like 1 to 15 damage per point of skill in fire magic, and sometimes you just roll 12 ones. If you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or World of Darkness or anything like that, you know sometimes you just roll 12 ones. It does happen. Sometimes you roll a bunch of 20s in a row. And sometimes you can't find a 20 to save your life. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now it's just you and us, buddy. Come on. There we go. Just gonna hit him with everything we've got. What do any of us have, really? Hopes and wishes, dreams. Dreams that one day we'll be free from this fight, from this battle. Well, this has been fun. God. Ah, there's so many more down there. There's so many more down there.
Can we assist you? Luck be with
Shoo. Well, we leveled up from all that anyway. Those guys are that worth quite a bit of experience points, because I mean we are definitely fighting enemies that are our level or higher. For sure. Ah, I just wish they didn't take so long to kill. They have so many hit points. Even with all of our spells on, you know, it just... Is there anything else we could put on that maybe would help make this go a little faster? I don't think so, you guys. I think I've done it all. I think that Debbie and Tommy and Zoltan have cast everything they can cast that's going to help this speed up, so... That's why they take so long to kill. Yes, there is a lot of loot. That's true. And the loot is worth it. You've seen what we found in the chests and stuff already. Not to mention, all of these enemies are, as we said, you know, they're pretty good about dropping stuff anyway. Oh, goodness gracious. My clicking finger is getting tired. Whew. Okay, next target. Maybe it should be the damn dragon. Yeah, they've got so many fewer hit points. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? The dragons are an easier target. Power Cure. Mass Cure Serious Wounds. Wow, this is... I almost feel like, even as tedious as it can be to just click and click and click and click and click like this, I also feel like this is almost kind of something to celebrate. This is something that I enjoy because this is... We've had very few fights in the game, partly because of my knowledge and experience with it, and partly because of the way we built the characters and the order in which we've tackled things. And even partly just because of the way that the game is laid out. We have not had a lot of battles that have truly challenged us or where we have felt truly in danger. Where, like, somebody might die before we get a chance to teleport away and heal at a temple or something. This is one of the first ones where it really is a challenge. I mean, look at this. Everybody's fulfilling their roles. It's kind of... Zoltan and Tommy are really doing a lot of healing. And then Debbie is doing loads of magic damage. Lucy is tanking and is dishing out the physical damage. Left, right, and sideways. We're just tearing through spell points. And so the party is acting like a party. There we go. All right. Whew-wee. This is the level 50 version of the Bone Zone, you guys. That's what this is. Where it was just this constant toe-to-toe, like this slog that went on and on and on forever. And I wound up cutting like 90% of that fight out for the YouTube upload. You'd think that this would make me feel a lot more confident about, you know, for example, going to Dragon Sand. It does not. It does not. Because true dragons are still significantly more powerful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well.
Very nice.
They're still significantly more powerful than these worms or worms. Here we go. I'll clear some of this out. And then...
Aha! Very nice.
There we go. We get rid of some of these things.
Very nice. Ah.
And we will pick this up to make sure that it does not despawn. We'll come back and get it in just a moment. Good, this one's got even more room. Excellent.
Ho!
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Let's see.
Very nice.
Stone to flesh.
Ah. Aha!
Oops. I think he can actually carry that? No, Lucy can, though.
Ah.
Okay, good. Grab this last suit of plate mail here. There we go. Let's see what's in this barrel. Ah, a two-handed sword. We'll stuff that in the chest as well.
Very nice.
Not bad, actually. Phew-wee. Okay. Tommy, why are you like this? There we go. Phew. I think it's time to offload some of this. Don't you?
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
And we don't have to click back and forth now. It's so much simpler. Okay. So now we have Tunnel 2 and Tunnel 4. You can see Tunnel 2 branches, so we'll call this 2A and 2B. Tunnel 4, I think, goes to a single room. So shall we do Tunnel 4 next? It's like a choose-your-own-adventure. If you go down the left tunnel, death. If you go down the right tunnel, surprise, also death. Just a different kind, different flavor. Alright. If there are no objections, I'll just go this way. See? Great minds think alike. Ah! Oh no, dragons. Gosh, I never thought I'd say this, but thank goodness it's just dragons. It's only dragons. Ooh. Ooh, did you see that? That makes sense, though, actually. The dragon breath spell did not work on them. Wow. That's a huge waste of 100 spell points, but that's also really funny and probably well-deserved, honestly. Huh. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go in after them, I guess. Don't like that. New plan. Yes, come on, you fools. Come up the tunnel after us. The boys will keep us topped up while the ladies do all of the heavy lifting and carrying, as usual. Ooh, good shot, Debbie. That's what I like to see. I love Lucy's, like, maximum effort face. See? She's like, ah, gotcha. Actually, I think that's just her. I'm pissed because I missed that shot. So that's her I whiffed it face, but I still like it. It's very intense and serious. Shoo, okay. Moving right along. See, it's ridiculous how much faster this goes than fighting the Cuisinarts. Ho! Well, we know who gets that. The question is, what's he going to trade for it? Cold resistance +8, perhaps? Since we have those really powerful spells. Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that. There, it's even the same design of ring. Bam. Okay. Good show. Good show. And even though this guy's in front, did she really hit him with the incinerate spell? She really did that. Okay. That's alright. We all make mistakes. I like the idea of shared life. It's just a good spell for a number of reasons, but one of the things I really like about it is the idea of that there's a heavy teamwork element. The idea of just really like taking one for the team. Like Zoltan has the fewest hit points in the party, fewest maximum hit points or lowest maximum hit points, but at the time of casting, you know, he was closer to being at full health than anybody else. And so it's like, you know, guys, I have all of these hit points I'm not using. You know, I'll take some of your damage or your pain onto myself so that you can keep fighting. Which is appropriate because also he's the cleric of the party, right? He's a support class. He's doing his job. But it's just neat, like there's a heroic element to the casting of that spell, I feel, right? There we go. Is there another green one back there too? My goodness. There's so much dragon. There's just so much dragon. This is... I'm sorry that this battle is dragging on for so long. There's a dragon down that tunnel. There's significantly less dragon down that tunnel. Now there is no dragon down that tunnel. You know what? I'm going to leave that body. We're going to come back in just a moment because we are going to go back and we're going to fill up again. Because, of course, anything that we aggro, even though the monsters appear like partly to reset, in that their HP and so forth will go back to full when we leave the dungeon and return. One of the things that does not reset is that if we aggro an enemy, that aggro remains. Like, they're still there, they're still active in that mode when we come back after leaving. And so in case there were any enemies that were going to see us come pick the dragon up, I didn't want to just, you know, have them already... Ooh! Have them already be mad at us. Forgot he's the one that uses maces. Okay, his mace is still better, by far. Okay. We might be wise to, with all the plate armor and stuff, to go ahead and sell stuff too. We'll wait one more time. Okay, so there we go. Got 2 more caverns to go to. Now, some of these tunnels get a little bit twisty-turny, but if I remember correctly, I think that each of these dead ends, I don't think that it goes too much farther in. I believe that there are just a total of like 5 big rooms. So, left or right, you guys? What do we call this? 2A and 2B? 2B or not 2B? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the stream to chase the left-hand tradition or to do what's right. And I think we saw some treasure up here, so I think this tunnel might go a little bit further and go up that way, and then this one maybe spirals around or something. Okay, we'll go this way then. Oh, it splits off again. Dislike. Oh, and there's Cuisinarts too. It's alright, at least we can make one of them come fight us at a time. Have a big ol' incinerate. And 3 misses. Great. He can remove his own fear. I was thinking I didn't want to waste a turn in which she could be hitting something, but then she didn't hit anything, so... It's a good thing some of these spells can't miss, or we would be up the creek. Y'all. Ah, come on, guys. Look, Debbie can hit better than the rest of you can. Swear. Ah! This dragon is right on top of us. And... like, I know somewhere on the internet that someone's all about that, but that's not this game. It looks like all of them are using acid attacks, from what I can tell. I'm not sure if that's the patch or if my memory is just faulty, which is entirely possible. Because I remember them being kind of color-coded, and, like, these would be immune to fire, the blue ones would be immune to ice. The green ones would be immune to poison or acid. Oh, shoot, I forgot and picked it up.
I don't know.
Don't do that. Okay, there's only 2 of them left, so I think we're good. I'm just going to go ahead and fight them. But the good side of that is that whether my memory is correct, and this is something that the patch has changed, or whether I'm just wrong, what that means for us is that since these red dragons are not fire elemental, or fire aspected, or whatever you'd like to describe it as, incinerate works on them, and as you can see, it works really well. There we go. Okay. Alright. Fight my instincts. Gotta go back to town. Do a little shopping and sell some stuff before I can
we assist you?
pick up any new treasure.
Luck be with you.
Luck is already with me today, for the most part. These dragons are going down left, right, and sideways, which is great.
Don't touch the
Okay,
merchant.
what was this?
I don't
Okay, that's unidentified too. This is from the dragons. Zoltan?
Very nice.
Uh,
Very nice.
What? The odds of that have to be astronomically low. Oh my gosh, you guys remember me going on and on in our treasure hunting episode about how Divine Intervention and Dark Containment like only spawn in 1 or 2 places? And that's wild, is what that is. But that's okay.
Yes.
There we go. Now he's got it. That means he knows all the light spells. Never thought I'd see that. Okay. I thought that that hole in his spellbook might exist for the rest of the game, honestly. Speed 21, that's 17, that's an upgrade for her. Does anybody else have something? And I know, like, y'all could get on to me because there's 1 or 2 of these rings where... Oh, okay, we'll give it to him then. There we go. Where we did pick up, like, an upgrade from earlier in this dungeon or from over in Agar's laboratory. I could have upgraded somebody's ring, and I wound up selling it or throwing it away. We'll watch a little more carefully. Alright, so... Well, it's branching a bit more than I thought, so it looks like there's at least 1, 2, 3 more rooms. So do you want to go back down here to 2A, or are we going to go on to, like, we'll call this 2C and 2D? So should we go back south and go this way, or do you want to keep going north and we'll just kind of like hug the wall, maybe? Because we can already see part of this room. I'm slightly worried that if I go up here... Okay, we'll head onwards. I'm just going to be really careful because I don't want to trigger 2 rooms at once. There we go. See, I thought that we would see those enemies and they would see us before we got to the branch, and so what I didn't want to happen was to pass down here and then this opens up like immediately onto a room, and as we walk past it everything in there sees us. Okay, okay, there's only 1 visible Cuisinart for right now. I'm not going to use a Dragon's Breath because you can get almost 4 Incinerates for 1 Dragon's Breath, for this, so we'll stick with that. Wow, just a big round of misses, you guys. I like the design of their swords enough with kind of the handle that's long enough to go 2-handed or not, and the sort of, like, almost a Kopesh kind of blade that when I was a kid, I invented an OC that actually used a similar sword. I think even as a kid, though, I felt that some of the spikes and serrations on the back of the blade were not useful, and so I toned that down. But I liked the shape of it overall, enough that I folded it into my own character. This is going really well. Nice. Okay. Wow. As soon as I say that minimum damage... That's a little better. Boom. Come on, yes. I haven't counted them, but I would be interested to know whether there are the same number of like Death Knights and Doom Knights and so forth as there are worms, or if one of them is uneven, and if so, which one. Okay, good. We can safely progress on here then. Notice how I'm shooting past all of these dragons to attack this guy first. Ah, come on, y'all. Work with me. Work with me. Ah, there we go. He worked with me. He worked his way right up to my face. Come on. There we go. Okay. There's one Doom Knight left. Oh, and a Cuisinart. Don't know how that happened, but I don't like it. Good, well spotted, because I was not looking at my auto map at all. I was just concentrating on this guy. Great. Yeah, thank you, Zoltan, for that. He's rolled his eyes. Like, how do I get myself into these situations? And that's a great question. Survey says, don't you do it. Come on. Does she? She doesn't have enough for an incinerate, but she has enough for one of these. There we go. Shoo, okay. Tommy. There we go. Whew. Alright, we'll go back for another round. My goodness gracious.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Man, I knew this was gonna be a fight, but I didn't know that it was gonna take, like, this much time and effort. We may have to take a break, y'all. May have to come back and finish this next weekend. I was hoping not, but... Don't be afraid, Tommy. We got this. We've been through worse, right? Right? Shoo! There we go. I think it picked up, yeah, 2 plate armor from that. Zoltan, my man, he's so slow. Everyone else is getting so many turns. Phew. There we go. We'll have Debbie work on some of those guys. Everybody else pounds these. Alright. Good job, Debbie. Ah, yes. Good. Excellent. The tide is turning. Phew. I think that might be all of the, like, Death Knights and Cuisinarts and so forth. Maybe. I'm gonna let Debbie take a short break. We'll just fight this guy in melee, and then if we need healing, Zoltan and Tommy can take care of that while she regenerates a little SP. Phew. Gracious.
Very nice. Ho! Ho!
Phew. Feel like it's been a while since I saved it. Let's see. Yep, it looks like all dragons. It feels like the, you know, like the Captain Crunch. Like, oops, all berries. Oops, all dragons. I know those guys are going to hit me from behind, but our protection spells should do exactly what's in the name. They should get our backs. Okay. We just got to watch our healing. Don't want to get overconfident now that the Death Knights have left the field. There we go. Okay, now what are these? Oh, okay. That's what I was worried about, that these were going to turn out to be like more Cuisinarts. What's that one back there? Is that... Okay, it's just a death knight. We got this, then. Let's clear this room and make the dragons chase us in there. Shoo. Whew. Oh, beans, guys. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's renew haste. There we go. We don't want that to wear off. I love that she has almost 100 spell points and it shows it in red because of, like, the percentile scaling. Okay. Oops. She's already on the right page. Okay. Shared life. Oop. Oop. Oh, oh. The gang's all here. The gang's all here. You're gonna power cure as well. Okay, let's take this green one down first. There we go. Quick work of that. Okay. Blue one. They don't like us being here, you guys. I really think that they resent our presence. Alright, there's only two now. We can just chase them. And you know what? Lucy's got all of her spell points almost, so... In an emergency, she can heal us. Still not as good at it as the guys, but... That's alright, because you know what? She can do... She's like Ginger Rogers, you know? Could do everything Fred Astaire could do, except upside down, backwards, and in high heels. And so Lucy can do, like, everything Zoltan could do, but while dual-wielding swords. I try to be. If you mean our crew down here. If you're talking about the dragons, I assume that that's sarcasm. We certainly didn't bring them a gift when we came to visit, did we? The gift of destruction. Of death. I tried to say death and destruction at the same time. Deathstruction. Okay, jewels are green again. Whew.
Very nice. Very nice.
Whew, okay. Oh, wow. Are we full again? Ooh, nice. We got some of the good leather armor, though. Okay.
Very nice. Aha!
Oop. That's what we need. There's not really... It's not a proper side quest, I don't guess.
Aha!
Like, nobody told us to come here. It's just we're following up.
Very nice.
Go ahead and take that with us. Following up on information we had from Icewind Keep.
Very nice. Ah. Aha! Ho!
Ooh, indeed. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into this room next, so I'm going to reset our Lloyd's Beacon here. Phew. And then we can town portal, we'll heal.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Okay. Got plenty of time left on our other spells. And hey, it's not even 11 o'clock yet. Whoop. Yes, definitely, we've got to stop in here. Okay. If it's identified, then we've already made a decision about it. So I'll just go ahead and sell.
Come back
A lot of it is not, though.
Nice.
Whoa, okay, that's 45 AC. What's that? Okay, well, that's a straight upgrade from what he's got. Yeah. Nice. Not bad.
Very nice.
Ooh, a blank canvas to work with.
Very nice.
Okay, let's see what she can make of that. Armor class plus 12. Okay, well, I guess she got the message. She saw that this was really in season, you know, and...
Don't touch the
Okay.
Thanks. Come again.
Phew, let's read this diary page. Attempting to use force on the Dragon Towers was a mistake, as the lesson at Kriegspire taught us. We lost nearly a score of our mounts in the attack and barely managed to deactivate the tower. Fortunately, our allies in Icewind Pass have located the keys needed to turn off the towers completely. Soon we will be able to fly again, the peasants scattering before us as the hares scatter before the wolves. I have been trapped in these caves for too long. Even Goliath, my mount, is becoming restless. With the Dragon Towers shut off and the armies to the south delayed from reaching us, we will be able to ride free once more. So that's just more insight into their evil plan. Once again, full-blown supervillains, you guys. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I mentioned before that I wasn't 100% certain about the identity of that tower in Kriegspire. That I had forgotten, you know, but what it was or never knew and couldn't figure it out. Now, I still, because there is a door at the top, I am still suspicious that maybe there's supposed to be more to it. But the implication from that diary page is, of course, that that is, in fact, a dragon tower, or was, and they managed to destroy it. Or at least to damage it enough that it doesn't work anymore. Okay. Let's take care of these Cuisinarts. Wow. She must be as tired of fighting these battles as we are of watching them fight, because she's done minimum damage with her Incinerate like a couple of times in a row. There we go. She heard me criticizing her. I'll show him. Almost cast Acid Burst for no reason. Debbie, are you drunk on the job? There we go. Inconsistency. I love that they're dropping like 2,500 gold a pop. Look at this. We started with 130,000, I think, at the beginning of this stream, and now we've got almost 400,000. That's pretty awesome. I'm not mad about that. She is pounding through her spell points, but she's also pounding through these Cuisinarts, so... I mean, that's what they're for. There we go. Alright. Screw those guys. Okay. We know what to do here, right? We need to do minimum damage when we do hit, and don't hit most of the time. That's what we need to do. I like if you have a lot of turns banked up, and you just hit him a bunch of times in a row with the right rhythm, he just kind of headbangs, and then he dies. Come on. There we go. If you guys would just consistently deal more than 10 damage, we'd get through this a lot quicker. You know what? They're doing all the work, not me. I just click. They're the ones swinging swords and throwing fireballs. And my days of doing that firsthand are behind me, I think, so... I won't criticize them too much. They're carrying this. We're just the audience here. Come on. This would go faster if I spent a few spells, but we've got one more cave to go, and so I'm trying my best to save some magic, and maybe we won't have to go back again to New Sorpagal and heal up. But honestly, I probably will anyway, just because it's so easy to do. Yeah, I suppose that I might as well, honestly. There we go. I'll make this go a little bit faster, because she's got several incinerates left in her. And she could be sharing them. They could be in these dragons instead. Not to mention, too, it's great to be at this level of, like, power and experience in the game, because it's like with any form of role-playing. One of the great charms of a game like this is most definitely... Oh, more of you guys. Oh, I hate you. I knew there'd be something. I was about to say, part of the charm of these games, of any kind of role-playing game, whether it's D&D, whether it's this, you know, is that feeling of immersion that you get from the power at high levels, where you really can just start slinging spells and cutting through your enemies, and you feel like a mighty adventurer. And that's a really great feeling. And so even though, or maybe even because of, rather than in spite of, the fact that we do have some very challenging battles that we're fighting right now in this dungeon. And even more challenging battles yet to come, I promise. We're seeing, you know, like some powerful spells being thrown around, and enemies are not going down in one hit. But here we are, we're still up fighting them. And you know, objectively, you know, not just in the back of your mind, but even when you're not consciously thinking about it, there is an acknowledgement that this is not something we could ever have thought about doing at first level. No way. You know, these guys would have eaten us alive, because look how they'll take a third of Zoltan's HP in one shot at level 50. You know, they would have killed the whole party in a single swing back when we were level 1. And so, you know, it's almost like it's an acknowledgement of how powerful we are that we're able to tangle with these guys, because other people of a different level of power could not take them on. And so that's great. You know, it's that immersive kind of feeling of growth. Okay, let's share that life around. See, I hate how they fight smart. They know they've got 1,000 hit points, and so they just run up to you and attack you, but then also, the whole time they're retreating, they're casting spells too. Which, I mean, you know, it's annoying as a player in a game, but at the same time, you can't fault them for it. It's what they would do. It's what we do. But I guess it comes down to that sort of, that meta, like, the player perspective entitlement of, like, bosses aren't allowed to heal themselves, only I can heal. That's something a player does. You're not supposed to do that. I'm the hero, I get to beat you. And so when they fight like we do... How did you get up there? That doesn't matter, you're coming down. When they fight like we do, we resent it, because that's supposed to be for us. That's an us thing. Oh.
Very nice.
Ooh, wow. Actually, I am pretty sure... Let's see, luck 11... Somebody... Is that... Well, you know what? Honestly, maybe it's time... I think that's worth it, because he uses intellect and personality both. So, I'll sacrifice 5 personality in exchange for 18 intellect, don't you think? I'm tempted not to throw this one away, though, because if I remember correctly, I believe that one was one of the very first rings that we got. So, here we go. This one's... That's a good trade. There we go. Floor cash. Love floor cash. Yeah, see, I thought so. That was one of like the very first rings we picked up. Okay.
Aha!
Whew.
Ah. Aha! Ah. Very nice.
Ooh, there we go. Actually, I think Tommy... Does he have that spell? No, okay. I did buy that for him. I wasn't sure if he got a copy or not. Whew, well, if nothing else...
Ah.
If
Aha.
absolutely nothing
Aha.
else...
Very nice.
then
Very nice.
I feel like this has been a financially worthwhile trip. Okay, you know, Fire Blast too. Okay, well, that just leaves one room, guys. Let's do it. Check our spells. Okay, I'm going to recast Stone Skin and Haste, because we're not stupid. And let's see. Okay, I got to go up this way. I'm going to save it. It's been a few minutes since we did that. Okay, there's a lot of dragons down there. I honestly don't care about that. What I care about is, are there any Cuisinarts? I see one, I think. Okay. Well. Hue-wee. This is it, you guys. This is the last room. Okay, let's do it. Some of these are not going to aggro all at one time because the room is the size that it is, so... Okay. We're going to make them come to us. Whew. This has been a fight. I'm enjoying it. Like, at specific moments, you know, it might drag on and feel almost tedious. But this has been a good fight. This dungeon has given as good as it's gotten. And so have we. I'm proud of us. Both of us. Okay. Debbie's tapped. There we go. Okay, that was the important thing. Right? Okay. It's a good thing they don't always aggro in groups. And that haste spell's really helping, though. I honestly, instead of giving it such a hard time, I should use that spell more often. Let's get up close and very personal with this dragon. And it'll go down quick. Come on. Did you see her health increase there? She hit it with Mordred. Nice. Okay. See, when we fight these things 1 and 2 at a time, they're not that bad. The reason that Dragon Sand, like as an area, is so bad is because it's just nothing but dragons. It's just all this all the time. Oh, you were literally standing on top of us. I told you, that's not what this stream is about. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we'll let them kind of reorient themselves. That's a lot of fire and lightning. You know what? This is the very tail end. Let's do this one. Let's do this one more time. We're going to run up here and refill our SP, or mostly Debbie's SP.
Can we assist you?
Okay, there we go. Let's run back down there real quick. And we'll just give these guys everything we've got. Man, I wish I could hit them all while they were clustered up like that with a dragon breath, but like I said before, I'm not going to complain about that. I think it's kind of cool that they're immune to the spell. I had forgotten about that. Okay, but they're not immune to this. Whew! One last big push, you guys. This is it. We killed one dragon, and that was a big achievement. Now we've killed, what? 30 dragons? These guys aren't special anymore. Come back here. Look, they're running away from us. You're just treasure to us. You're just walking loot crates. Come on. Without your Cuisinart buddies, you're not so tough. Oh no. Oh no, who's gonna carry this? There. Oh no! There's too much treasure, you guys. Let's see, if I put that there, and that there, and I can give this to somebody else, anybody else? Yes. There we go. Okay, now just don't pick up any more bodies. Just wait until these last ones are dead. Oop. Oh, beans. There we go. Shoo! Almost let Zoltan slip. Oh, he's right on us. Not anymore. Alright. Dragon. It's you and us now. You're all alone. And we're the heroes of this story, so... Okay! That is it, you guys. Whew! Skull Pile of Insanity with a scroll in it. Skull Pile of Insanity with a scroll in it. Skull Pile of Weakness with a scroll in it. Nothing in these cages. Ooh, some golden plate armor. Okay, we'll get that in a second. And, oh, an a Lionheart sword. Okay, well here. Just in case something despawns, we want to make sure that we take the good stuff with us and not the crap stuff, right? So we'll... that. There we go. Okay, guys. Grab the rest of this, and then I'll go back and sell it. Man, that was a lot. And I wonder what level we're eligible to train to now. 53. Okay, so we got 53 levels from those two dungeons, mostly from this one. Whew, but that's a little taste of what we're going to be in for as we go after the Oracle's Memory Crystals. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this, is because it's just like going through the crucibles of those other dungeons, like the Hall of the Fire Lord and stuff. If we can do this, then we're ready to go after the Memory Crystals. And we did it. We did it. Man, did we do it. And we did it for quite some time. We did it all night long. So, we're there. We're almost there. We've got just a couple more places I want to visit. And we'll tackle one of those in the next stream. That's going to be next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, just like always. And then we will head back into another new dungeon as part of Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Until then, thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss a stream. Let your friends know about it. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook on Pillow Fort if you have a Pillow Fort. Those links are down below if you're watching on my Twitch channel. If you are watching on the YouTube channel after I upload it tomorrow, thank you. Then there will be links down below that video as well, and the YouTube and the Twitch both link back to one another. Everything's linked to everything, so follow me, like it up, let people know, and thank you very much for joining me, and as always, thanks for playing.